Welcome back everyone. As the new academic year 2025-26 is around the corner and students get ready to head back to school and universities, Consensus, powered by artificial intelligence, will be again one of the best tools for academic success. So in this video, I'll guide you through exactly how to make the most of it. First, you will learn how Consensus actually works, starting with semantic search. And second, we will check the deep research feature of Consensus, and let's see how it will provide us with the literature review. And in the third part of this video, you will learn about all other features like Consensus Meter, Ask Paper, Research Hub, Study Snapshots of Consensus. Stay tuned and let's go. First of all, a couple of words on how Consensus works. As we can see from the website, Consensus is built over 220 million papers. So instead of relying on keywords alone, it uses a hybrid approach, semantic search to understand the intent of your question, and also traditional keyword matching to ensure precision. So after the initial search, results are ranked using quality signals like recency, citation counts, journal impacts. And this means you can type a question like, does mindfulness reduce blood pressure, and instantly get the most relevant up-to-date papers. So this is how Consensus works. So when you first open consensus.app, you will notice a very neat, very clean interface, and everything I'm about to show you today, I'll do it with my free account. Of course, I do have a premium subscription myself, but I want you to see exactly what you can achieve without paying a cent. So later, if you feel you need more power, you can always upgrade. So now right here on the home page, you can run search in 3 different ways. So quick research. This is the fast option. Consensus will instantly scan the literature and give you a summary of about 10 relevant papers, perfect for when you want a quick overview. So pro research, this goes a level deeper. Consensus calls it smart search, and it actually analyzes around 20 papers, giving you more detail and richer insights. And deep search, this is where the tool, I would say, shines for serious academic work. Here, Consensus produces a proper literature review based on 50 papers, pulling together findings into a structured, evidence-based overview. So now in the free plan, you essentially get unlimited quick searches, plus 25 searches and 3 deep searches per month. That's already a generous allowance, I would say. But if you upgrade to the premium account, you will unlock unlimited quick and pro searches and a massive 100 deep searches every month. One of the most recent additions is this deep search, launched in July 2025. Deep search acts like a research agent. It breaks down your query into multiple sub-questions and conducts up to 20 targeted searches across 200 million papers. So it reviews over 1,000 papers, selects the most relevant ones for detailed analysis. The result is a comprehensive report on the top 50 papers, structured like a traditional literature review: introduction, methods, results, and discussion, and accompanied by interactive visuals showing consensus levels, key authors, research gaps. So as I explained before, free users get 3 deep searches per month, as you can see here, while premium users get up to 100. So let us put this feature into test. I'm going to ask this question, which I prepared already. So does a regular physical activity improve memory and learning outcomes? It is very common for academics where they sit a lot without movement often, and therefore let's see how Consensus will bring. So I'm going to also select the deep here and hit this arrow button. And so this is my question. It's going, as you can see on this screen, so physical exercise, it's already started founding papers, and here it says initial survey, search strategy. So conducting an initial survey of the research based on your query. So here it says identified, screened eligible 49. I guess those are the numbers of the papers, and let's see how it works. So the result of the Deep search is ready. Amazingly, it took just only up to 5 minutes, which is incredible, I would say. And let's see how it did. So it is, as I said, here you can see very brief introduction. I would say you would usually write a bit longer introductions for your papers, even longer ones for your academic works like dissertations. But this introduction can definitely give you nice starting points, because here you can see the numbers. It's the numbers that refers to the articles the consensus find, and when you hover over these numbers, you can see the name of it, you can see the publication year, and also if you click on this PDF button, you will directly navigate to the original source. So this is introduction part, and second part is methods. Consensus explain which methods was used. So as it says, a comprehensive literature search was conducted across over 170 million research papers in consensus, and of course not all of them are related with this topic. And here in total it says 1,038 papers were identified, 650 were screened, and around 600 were deemed eligible, and the top 50 most relevant and high quality papers were included in this review. So here you can also see the numbers and the results. You can see what results they have, evidence across age groups and mechanisms and neurobiological pathways, so magnitude and consistency effects. And later there should be a discussion part where you can see the discussion part here. And it says, for example, let's see this one. So regular physical activity improves working memory and executive function, especially in older adults and children, and evidence strength very strong. And I really like the illustrative depiction of the data that consensus finds in those 50 papers. And in the end of this, in the results part, you can see the list of all papers up to, I think, yes, 50 ones, as you can see, 50 different papers you can see here. And you can also extract them as CSV file, RIS file, if you want to import them to your own, let's say, gallery, citation gallery, or source management gallery, whichever tools you want to use. For example, Zotero, EndNote, Mendeley. You can download all the sources, the list of sources as RIS file, and then you can import them to your library. And this is definitely a nice feature on which you still you have to work, of course, but it definitely gives right in the beginning massive amount of papers, and by reading those papers you will definitely find more papers for sure. So that's a deep search, which I think a tremendously helpful feature of consensus. Let's see other features of the consensus. So I asked exactly the same question as you can see here with the quick research option, with this one, where consensus provides the summary of 10 papers. Right here you can see consensus meter. So I have to mention that if you ask a question where you can answer that question with yes or no, so yes or no questions, consensus could provide this consensus meter. For other questions it cannot. So here, based on those 10 papers the consensus analyzed, you can see consensus meter. 86% says yes, and possibly 14%, and 0% mixed no, also 0%. But let's go back to our previous, so deep search analysis, where we will have different numbers, because the number of the articles consensus analyzed there was 50, and here we can see yes, 68% of the papers says yes, and possibly 14%, mixed 14%, and even there is no 5%. So 2 papers consensus found says there is no impact of the physical activity, or it doesn't improve the memory and learning outcomes. So this is consensus meter. One of the new features added by consensus is ask paper. So I'm briefly showing it how it works. You can go to the home page of the consensus, and basically let's try it with the same question, but again without clicking on arrow button. You can click on these filters, and here you can select, you can activate the toggle on the ask paper button. It says enable to find papers that support full text chat, currently only available on open access papers with an accessible full text PDFs. So those articles which are open access and available in PDF forms, you can ask basically questions on them without even downloading, saving on your computer. So let's try. I already tried it, which is with the same question here. And so this is basically the same consensus meter, but this time the figures are different because it only analyzed the documents with open access PDFs. And after each paper, you can see this Ask This Paper button. And when you click on it, here it will open the PDF of that article, and you can start asking questions like summarize the paper in few sentences, let's say, and then you can, without reading the whole paper, you can read this summary. Of course, if you want to read, you can read the full paper, but summary will give you the basic ideas what about this paper is. Consensus provides many other features. One of them is status snapshots. When you click on this, any of the numbers of the papers, you will see name of it. If it is free PDF, you can see the button which will navigate you to the free PDF version of that article. And you can see references, citations, and on the overview part, you can create a study snapshot. Here it says you have 5 study snapshots left. So let's generate a snapshot here. It creates a population, older adults, study count, and duration of the study. So you can see this kind of snapshot for the papers as well. And you can also save the paper on your research hub, which is here, as you can see. The research hub, you can click on save, and my favorites, of course, you can create your own list. And if I do that, and if I click on my favorites, so this paper appears here. And of course, you can upload your own papers, where I uploaded one of my papers, and you can start talking with your own paper as well. So you can click ask this paper and ask this. Basically, you can do the same things. You can ask multiple questions here in order to understand the papers you already uploaded. And lastly, the consensus has nice filters where you can, let's say, select many of them. Like you can select the publishing year, you can ask the journal ranks, you can exclude preprints here, you can ask paper as I showed earlier, you can select the methodology, you can select the field of study, whichever field you are in, you can select that one. Also, you can select the countries. This is consensus for this tutorial. They asked me to review this again, and this is personally one of my favorites. And what I have done here, you can basically do with free account without any payment. But of course, if you want to go more pro, to do more deep researching, and as I said, monthly you will have 3 deep searches. But if you would like to have more, like with the pro version, you will have 100. You can upgrade your account. Just click on this. You can select the monthly or annual plan. Let's say we select annual plan, upgrade to pro. Here you will be navigated to this page, and here is the best part. Just apply Vugar 40 and apply button. You will have 40% discount on your annual plan. Of course, you can use the same code with monthly plan if you would like to do so, but with annual plan, it is the best deal, I would say. So it is a nice tool. If you found this helpful, give it a like, give this video a like, subscribe for upcoming tutorials, and share it with a friend who could benefit from this tool. Thanks for your time watching. And lastly, I have to say that Consensus has also a dedicated GPT inside ChatGPT, where you can ask your research questions directly